welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Andrew Guitros.
Good morning.
And we have several pictures to show.
We do.
people.
How about this? Some Savoy's roux.
When I go out of town and I try to find something that gets back to Acadiana, and of course Winfield, that's North Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, that's like a different state.
Different state. And we meaning Ray, Bello and I went over to Max Market, right on the main drag there in Winfield, and we were shopping for some chicken breasts and chickens that were cut up, let's put it that way, pre-cut. So we found, we had heard that they had it, they did have it, and then I saw the Savoy's roux, and of course if you want to make a good stew or good gumbo, certainly one that can be recommended to your friends is Savoy's. And then if you want to put some sausage, which if you're making a gumbo, you've got to have some sausage. You've got to add some sausage. And they have that to offer over in that same store.
They got the new smaller box, but still 4 pounds.
Yep, and it's two for $5? No, that's $11, I think.
Yes,
that's
it was $11.99.
Yeah, underneath, you're right. Anyhow, they all getting a good taste of Acadiana when they get Savoy's products.
And how about our buddy, Mr. Jesse Fletcher? I saw won the Silver Gloves trophy here recently.
Yes, sir. He's going on to the big times now.
Oh, no, he's all over the country.
Another one of the national tournaments. He'll be probably heavily favored. And look how much shorter he was than that young fella there.
That's what's amazing to me is that most of the time that he's fighting, he is not the biggest man in the ring. And I understand in this fight, he got a wrist injury at the end of the first round, told him in the corner, he just acted like he had no injury, just fought through it and still won.
Still won the fight.
What a great kid.
Good. And remember about 3 weeks ago, I was over at the Winfield camp and I mentioned that some oil wells were being drilled. This particular well here is directly across the little road from our little camp. So we'll be able to see it. This one is not put into operation, but all I got to do is hook electricity to it. It's ready to go. And then I'll show you some more nearby. There's another one right there. There's 6 of them right in one little area, probably 10 or 15 acres of land.
You're checking the feeders, I see?
We're checking the feeders, and that's my little Polaris. Ranger.
The Raging Cajun Polaris.
That's correct. We modified it. We put some doors on it, electric windows, I might add,
no kidding.
and
UL logos.
And the UL logos, and I might add that you can buy all of this at Perry Pete Ford, right in Eunice, Louisiana, Acadiana. Deer stand, and Ray is
checking the camera.
Well, he's taking his cameras off the trees and saving them until the next hunting season.
Correct. All right. And
that's a homemade feeder right there.
Oh, look at him working, man. Ray.
Yeah, well.
Let me tell you, Ray knows that position. The man was with the phone company for years. He was always down on his hands and knees working in that little box on the side of the road. When
I didn't realize it. He had worked there 20 years.
And fiber. He was a fiber expert. Before you ever heard of fiber, Ray Bello was working on it. So people don't realize.
That's his big house. Man. I call it a big house camp.
Cool.
Coming off.
And we're still cruising around here.
And those little arrows like this is sites for new wells.
Cool.
There's between 50 and 60 of these are going to be drilled right in our little immediate area.
Shallow wells, but bunches of
They tell me 1,200 feet. 1,200 feet, that's right.
That's weird. I never heard of that before. That's neat. All right, there you are. Where y'all at there?
Well, that's the main camp right there, and that was the flag. We proudly fly our flag. That is my little caban right there that Ray and I share, along with the sheriff.
Your roommate's a former Marine Corps guy too, Ray Bello, right?
Yes, sir. Marine Corps is correct.
And I'm cruising around, and there you are, the auto, which one is
AutoZone.
this?
AutoZone in Winfield, that's Miss Karina Stanfield. And when I said Opelousas, she said, well, I lived 7 years in Krotz Springs. She said, I was actually working in the Baton Rouge area and loved it, and I'm going back there. I think it's this weekend.
Go ahead.
She'll be back visiting friends and relatives. She possibly has relatives there. I think she moved to Winfield because her mama was there and needed her to assist in her care. And I might add, we needed a wrench to tighten up a bolt on a apparatus trailer hitch
Now we go.
that I bought, and she went and got us one and loaned it to us. You know, they AutoZone advertises that they'll help you check your battery and your generator.
And if you can't figure out how to put something on, a lot of times they'll go out there and show you how, or even help you.
Yep, that's correct. AutoZone.
Yep. You're buying some coffee here?
Yep, and that's our community coffee. Everything right there is community. It's community coffee, community cappuccino, iced tea, and coffee. All of it in one place.
Good morning, Travis Reshort, our good friend with community that gets us the coffee every year for breakfast with Santa.
Look at that. They proudly have a community coffee sign. Whoever works that area has done a good job.
How about this? We see I'm in a Hurry one with Carl DeVille as the trainer. That was when? That was January the 11th?
This month.
6 furlongs.
I think we won 3 races in so far in January.
Where's that track? Is it the fairgrounds? Yeah, it's at the fairgrounds.
That one's at the fairgrounds, and we won 2 at Delta Downs.
Well, that ain't too bad. You can come on back to me now.
That's the end of the pictures?
That's all I got. Yes, sir.
Whoa, good.
We did well.
We'll talk about Omaha.
Omaha. You know, you do that real fast when you run it, make them jump off sides, you're changing the play.
Keeps the Broncos opponents off balance. That's exactly what
Nobody knows exactly what it means, but boy, he says it a bunch.
But he had, every time he said it, a group of businessmen in Omaha agreed to put up $800 each time.
Eight businesses each put up 100 is how it would go. So it ended up with $20,000 or $30,000 donated to his charity. $24,000 something dollars to his charity. And you know, there's got some smart people out there. That's a nice thing to do.
It is
really clever to promote the area for them, but also to help charity. I mean, if you're going to do it and talk about it, why not do something to make it help charity?
And of course, we're talking about a Louisiana native out of the New Orleans area. We're talking about Peyton Manning.
Native son.
Native son. And of course, they are up against the Seattle Seahawks.
Correct.
2 weeks from now. And the championship game. And I just hope that Peyton could win it. The quarterback on the other team is
a nice young guy.
Nice young guy. I think his second year, third at the most, because he's still considered in that rookie 3 years span there where they don't have to pay him too much.
Don't get the big contract
can't pay him,
yet.
They can't pay him too much.
Yet.
And that's Russell Wilson.
Correct.
Kind of short, you know, all of the tributes that's not supposed to make it. Now, he's tall. He's 6'5", I would say.
Peyton Manning's your prototypical pro quarterback. He's big, he's huge, long-armed. I mean, he's just built like an NFL quarterback, but he didn't fall far from the tree. The dad is built. Was a good quarterback for the and during the Saints, he got recognition even playing for the Saints. As bad as they were at that time.
With the bags on their head.
He was the star. He was the only star. How about this? I got a note from James Doge this week. James Doge, of course, serves on the committee that takes care of the Michelle Prudhomme home over here. It's the good historical home right next to the General Hospital. If you get a chance to go by and tour it, great, beautiful place. But there's some damage on the front porch. It's going to require some jacking of that porch and a replacement of one of these beams. And I mean, the house is literally 200 plus years old. They're looking for some donations. If you want to help out with the Michelle Prudhomme home, you can give a call to Dr. Lucius Doucette, 224-7303, or you can call James home with 692-1017. His son Brad will probably answer the phone and hook you up with James. But they're looking for some help in all of this.
Lee Venable, the owner of Cajun Palms RV Resort, and you've heard me talk about it. You've seen pictures I took of it. It's just a fast-growing RV park that's very, very popular. Some people go there maybe 30 weekends out of the year. Some of them leave their motorhomes and campers on site there under a large roof opening. And the list goes on and on. Well, he's come up with a new idea. He's going to build right near his RV park. He was able to purchase some more land. He's going to build a dinosaur attraction. How about that? You know, that's going to really
give something for the kids to go in. Probably entertaining for the adults too.
For the adults too, because Lee, everything he does it meticulously, and it's first class. And he's having these dinosaurs built overseas in the Philippines, in a Philippines factory. They've arrived in Los Angeles, so they should be in Henderson if they're not already very shortly, and then he'll be putting this thing together, kind of like we talked about the Acadiana Zoo, how Piggy Prejean had the idea of that, and we laughed, and it's successful today, and people are going to laugh at this, and I can tell you, Lee did some research. He's seen this working someplace else, and he's a former UL football player.
Who's our local guy here that makes a lot of these animatronic robots?
Charles
Lanous. Charles Lanous. The Rainforest. Have you ever been to Rainforest restaurants? Like they've got that's owned by the Landry's restaurant group.
Yeah.
Charles does the robots for that.
Lee, I'm going to go take some pictures as soon as you call me when you're ready to have us over there, and we want to.
Maybe you could send a dinosaur to come on the show with us. You know.
Yeah, that's right. We
Make us look younger.
This Saturday, I'll become a dinosaur.
Happy birthday. That's right. It's going to be this Saturday. That's the 25th of January. You can mark your calendar. Fifi's going to call you. You know that.
Fifi's going to
and you're going to
make her $2.
29 or 30?
27 plus 50.
27 plus 50. That's a pretty good
77.
number.
Yeah, and I feel so good. God's been,
Your
I don't know.
Your health is probably better today than it was 5 years ago. Your weight is good.
Yeah,
your blood pressure's excellent.
I saw a former daughter-in-law of Vicky's yesterday, and the first thing she said, Mr. Bobby, I haven't seen you in a long time. How much weight did you lose? You know, total stranger. I hardly know the girl. And anyhow, God's been good to me. Y'all keep hearing that, and don't get tired of it, please.
And don't forget, also Saturday is going to be the Ball Mosque over at the Opelousas Civic Center.
That's right.
If you need tickets, you can give me a holler. I can hook you up. I'm with one of the princesses, Miss Austin Guidros. You got y'all.
Opelousas High takes a big step toward 4A title. That basketball team is really on a roll.
Very
Joe
strong.
Simeon and I are supposed to go to one of the games. So, Joe, I know you watch the program every week. Let's pick a night and let's make sure we see one of that games before the season ends.
That's correct.
And Coach Dautrieve, of course, will be honored towards the end of this month, I think it is, the 29th. And Joe Fred and I are gone, and of course, I know Randy Wagley and one of his daughters is going, and I'm sure a lot of others from the Opelousas area. And
happy birthday to Miss Connie Mackey, right?
Oh, Connie Mackey.
Let's not forget. I was trying to remember.
And the late deceased Mr. J.C. Deasy.
That's correct.
The three
That's
of
correct.
us were.
I
was a board member back then at American Bank, and of course Connie's still working there, and I'm standing, she's standing, and of course Mr. J.C. got into an accident, and he died a few years later, but he never got back to the J.C. that we love.
Find your prayer book, because we're down to the bitter end, as they say.
Yep, it sure is. Every weekend we ask you to consider attending the church of your choice, and we try to close with a little thought, a little prayer. And this week is, Lord, please help me to trust you despite my discouragement. I invite you to fill me with hope through the power of your Holy Spirit. Let my life testify of your faithfulness. Times of trouble are times for trust. Thank you for viewing. Tell a friend, and thank you, Andrew.
Well, thank you, and happy birthday.
Thank you.